Good. Hello. Welcome to our November meeting, and I say it every time. My gosh, we have so many guests now. We need to have a bigger room for these meetings. But I'm glad everybody's here. At this point, we're going to start. We're going to be recognizing Gloria Wagner. Gloria is our Veteran of the Month for November, and I want to. I always ask Dennis, our pro tem, to actually go over the information and recognize her, why we've made her Veteran of the Month. So, Dennis, update everybody on Gloria.
Good evening. Gloria Holland Wagner was enlisted in the United States Navy on June 21st, 1970, and attended basic training in Newport Island, Virginia. As a nurse, she was appointed an ensign in the Nurse Corps. Ensign Wagner was later promoted to second lieutenant junior grade and was stationed at the Portsmouth Naval Hospital in Portsmouth, Virginia. The Portsmouth Naval Hospital opened its doors in 1830 and has cared for sick and wounded in all wars of the United States. It is the oldest hospital of the Navy. She earned her National Defense Medal and served until she was honorably discharged on July 30th, 1972. She received a certificate of appreciation signed by President Richard Nixon upon her separation. Gloria met her husband while in the Navy. He passed away in 2013. She currently resides in the Mountain Brook subdivision. While every veteran is special does in Ball Ground, we are especially excited to honor our very first female Veteran of the Month. So I told her we had a glitch in the proclamation. Normally I would read the proclamation. We will get that repaired and I will hand deliver it to her. So I don't have a long thing to read, but at this time we want to recognize Gloria and have her come up to the front. Again, our very first female Veteran of the Month. We're so proud to have Gloria here. I would be reading that long proclamation, so we're going to be short. We'd like to present you with a challenge coin. This is from the city of Ball Ground, and on the back side has got a picture of our veterans memorial. And we'll honor you with a brick that we'll put in there. You brought, is everybody here for you?
Quite a few people.
You brought you.
I'm very proud of her. I'm glad to meet you, but I think she must have only been like 4 years old when she went into the Navy. She's so young. I mean, it's wonderful. And I'm just so pleased to have a female veteran now.
So I'm honored to be the first.
So we wanted to thank you for your service and for being a resident of Ballground.
Yeah, thank you. It's an honor.
And we'll get a couple of pictures. Council want to?
Oh, yeah, and also.
Well, you want to come down and get a picture?
Yeah.
Everybody? And then we'll get your name right there and your picture, and then we'll ask you to do this.
Heather?
She's going to bring them up. That's okay. And who wants to take a picture with your camera too? Right over there. Congratulations. Please stand for the pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Again, Gloria, thank you for joining us. At this time, we're going to go through our agenda. First thing to do is the council needs to approve the agenda that we have in front of us. So any changes to that, Eric?
Make a motion to approve the agenda.
Okay, motion made, second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we'll move on. The agenda today has 4 new things and 3 old things. So we'll go through those shortly. At this time, we're going to hear about our state certification of our police department.
Yes, thank you.
And I call him Chief Jamie.
Yes, thank you.
Because I'll just say that this is something I've wanted us to have for many, many years. So I'm be glad for you to explain what we won here.
Yes, thank you. It's been a good journey, a long journey. Thank you, everybody, for coming. Appreciate everybody coming tonight. It's a historic night for the police department, and we're honored to get to share it with everybody. Before we get started, I just want to say, give some thanks. Thanks to God, because I think He puts us in places that He wants us. I feel truly blessed to be able to be here tonight, be in this community. So, first off, thanks. Thanks to my wife, my rock. I'm not here without her, so thank you. This journey started, I got here in March, and after meeting with the mayor and council, this is something that I knew was very important. The mayor has always, city mayor has always been the biggest cheerleader for this agency. At its lowest times, they were on the sidelines cheering it on. At its highest times, they are still our #1 cheerleaders. So when I sat down with the mayor and he explained what he was looking for, I signed up and said, absolutely. That's not only what he wanted, it's what I wanted, it's what the community needed. I'm going to introduce our state certification manager, who is in charge of certifying all law enforcement agencies in the state of Georgia, and he's going to explain the process to you. For me, this started 32 years ago with the guidance and leadership of that man sitting back there, Sheriff Roger Garrison. He taught me and many, many others the importance of professionalism and what leadership truly is in law enforcement. And for that, I'll be ever grateful. Sheriff Garrison pioneered law enforcement not only in Cherokee County, but in the state of Georgia. And for that, I will be grateful. This community should be grateful. Without him, there is no certification for the city of Ball Ground, nor Cherokee County or any other police agency within Cherokee County. Sheriff Garrison, thank you. I think everybody knows my relationship with Sheriff Frank Reynolds. Ironically enough, Sheriff Reynolds is in Orlando getting receiving the Cherokee County's certification for CALEA. So he's actually at a conference where they will receive their chief opinion. How many is this in a row? Since 1996, they've been CALIA nationally certified, and they again have achieved that achievement. So he is there at that conference. But he has sent my very good friend and his chief deputy, Deputy Pinion, Thomas Pinion, his chief deputy, to be here tonight. So I appreciate him being here. And the person that helped kick all this off, Miss Ashley Ray, she works for Chief Pinion in the sheriff's office. She actually helped start this. So I can't introduce this gentleman without saying some thank yous to those people right there. So I would like to introduce Mr. Ed Dinsmore. He is a Cherokee County resident, Ball Ground native, lives here in Ball Ground. And I hated for him to drive all this way. But he graciously agreed to leave work early and come join us tonight. Chief? Thank you.
So, yes, I've known a lot of people in this room for a long time. I like to say we had mutual dirt on each other, so we're good. When the chief got appointed, it's probably like one of his first phone calls. He's like, hey, Dinsmore, I need to get serious about this state certification, right? And I said, hey, I'm here to help you. I think he got a little nervous when I actually showed up on his on-site, but it was there to help him. So, trying not to turn my back to everybody, it's kind of hard in this room, but to understand state certification to begin with, I served as a police chief, 32 years in law enforcement, City of Alpharetta, City of Johns Creek. He was state certified, nationally accredited. And you need to recognize this man for what he did, because he stuck his neck out, right? Because he's saying, I'm going to be state certified. I want my agency to be state certified, which means he's going to be judged by a level of his peers, right? Not easy to do, because we know where to look, right? So I commend him for stepping forward and saying it. You have now entered into a status that probably is only about 10 to 11% agencies across the state who are state certified. It's not easy. It's a challenge. He stood up. The men and women followed him at his guidance. So you as a council should be very proud of what you achieved. Community, what's that mean for you? You have an agency that's within 10% of all the agencies in the state. It covers everything. There's 9 chapters, 141 standards, which is a misnomer, because of the 141 standards, there's a lot of standards that have bullet point A, B, C, D, E, and F, and they all have to be complied with. So it's a lot more than 141 standards. It covers everything from the hiring process, the background process, operational standards, investigative standards, promotions, you name it, it's covered in there. And that's what the assessors come and look at. So when you sign the agreement with the association, you have 3 years to complete the process. Ball Ground did it in less than 3 years. Okay? Which should be commended in and of itself. Not easy to do, but they've accomplished it. So I say that to say, out of that, once the on-site team comes, they spend 2 full days here. They get here early, they stay late. Sometimes the manager shows up, I did. But I took this one to heart because it's my community too, right? The on-site team is here, there's a team leader. They submit a report to me. I review it for accuracy, completeness, make sure they did their job. Then I take it and I give it to what's called the Standards Committee Compliance. That's 12 members of state certified agencies. They're assessors, team leaders, there's some chiefs on that board. They review it, they discuss it. If they approve it, it goes to what's called the Joint Review Committee. That's made up of 4 chiefs and 1 sheriff. I sat on that committee for a long time. They are the final authority. Once they vote yes or no, then I contact the agency and say, congratulations, you've been awarded state certification for a period of 3 years. Now, it's 3 years. They're working on their next cycle already. It never stops, right? 3 years, they're going to go back through the same process. So, but there's always one person who's actually really responsible for what we call making sure the stuff is in the right files, right? And that's the certification manager for the agency. A lot of conversation between this gentleman and myself throughout the period, but we always like to award that person who's responsible for file maintenance, right? And that's Officer Stuart Gonzalez. Learned a whole lot about everything.
A lot more than I just know I was going to answer, but it was a team effort. Everybody else, in the department contributed. So not just myself, but everybody else is in this room with us.
Great.
Now, I will say the job that they did. So there's 3 categories that you're reviewed on, right? File maintenance means that there's something that wasn't in the file that needs to be to show it. You have a written directive change, which means you need to change policy, or you have a non-compliance issue, which means you've got an issue out of those 141 plus standards. Okay, Ball Ground Police Department didn't have any non-compliance issues.
Wow.
Which, that's something to be commended for. That's rare in itself. But it's my distinct honor tonight to award state certification, this plaque, State of Georgia Law Enforcement Certification. Be it hereby known that the Ball Ground Police Department has fully demonstrated its commitment to law enforcement excellence, best practices by meeting all applicable standards as established in the Georgia Law Enforcement Certification Program. Thereupon recommendation of the Joint Review Committee of the Georgia Law Enforcement Program, this agency is hereby recognized as a certified law enforcement agency for the period of September 25 through August of 2028. We've got 2 plaques, so one of these goes to you at the chief's request.
Oh.
And the next one is for the chief of the department. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you, guys. This is y'all. Mr. Mayor, City Manager, Council, I'm just gonna be honest, I'm gonna hijack this meeting for just another minute. Chief Desmore, thank you. I appreciate you coming, it means a lot. What he said, Officer Gonzalez did is truly remarkable. And our policy has a Chief's Police Commendation Medal. It's the highest award that can be bestowed upon an individual either affiliated or not affiliated with the agency who demonstrates exemplary duty, performance of a single act of service in support of the agency. I think Officer Stuart Gonzalez not only has met that criteria, but far, far exceeded it. It is my distinct pleasure to give Officer Stuart Gonzalez the Chief's Commendation Award.
That's great.
We have a pin that the guys will wear on their uniform. We will do a pinning after the meeting tonight. They will proudly wear this pin, so if you see it on their uniform, it's nice, it's pretty, and they've definitely deserved it. They've earned it, so it'll be a nice piece of shiny material for their uniforms. So one last thing, I promise I'll be done. Sheriff Garrison told me a long time ago, when you have good people, you don't let them go. I know for a fact that we have some retirements coming up, and I know that Mayor and Eric are going to have their little retirement parties. But the police department plays by its own rules. So what we've done is we don't let people go. We're just not going to let you go. So what we've decided to do, Mayor Roberts, Mr. Wilmar, you are now officially, as of tonight, honorary officers with the Ball Ground Police Department.
Oh, wow. Wow.
That was your badge, sir. Thank you for always, I can't think of better cheerleaders, and whether it's budget money, whether it was positions, whether it was piece of paper or ticket books that we ever needed. These 2 gentlemen never said no. They were there with us the whole time, standing beside us, fighting the fights, battling the battles. That is the least we can do. You're officially honorary officers for the Ball Ground Police Department.
Credit cards.
Thank you. That does not come with weapons or blue lights, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You know, sometimes I can't help but run my mouth just a little bit, and I know we've said a lot tonight, every one of our officers in this city performs outstanding. Stuart, to throw you under the bus for a minute, you know, things happen in sequences. One of the problems is always manpower, having enough folks to really step up and do the job. And when it comes especially to the administration, you heard Chief talk about the files and all these reviews. Mayor and council have been good to this staff. We have a good benefits package. And Stuart ran into some difficulties this past year. And for those that don't know, has gone through double knee replacement. We have a good benefit. Gonzalez didn't want to stay home. He rung up Chief and said, I want to work. I want to do something. So this was the task he was given, with the full support of the department, full support of the city, but he didn't want to sit home and collect a benefits check. He wanted to come to work and earn it. That's the way every one of our officers act, and that's the way they're led by their chief. So, thank you, gentlemen.
Let me make a comment. During the 35 years I have been mayor, our police department now is the highest quality we've ever had, thanks to Chief Jamie. I always call him Chief Jamie, but a lot of people know that when Roger did this for Sheriff's Department years ago, he had me to come to Woodstock and speak in behalf of, and so when I found out about that, I wanted us to have that, to get that certification level, but until over the last couple of years, we only had 2 or 3 police officers, and it was hard, it couldn't be done. But I'm telling you, I am the happiest right now in my life of our police department here, and I want to thank everybody for everything you do and the high quality you show people for the city. So I appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
Any other comments?
Well done, sir.
Yes, thank you so much. And thank you for this.
Absolutely, sir.
Are you going to give me credit cards?
For another month.
That's very nice, thank you. We had, of course, we had this down as appearance, and so we've actually got David Grogan. He's signed this, so at this time, let me go ahead and have David to address us, since you actually filled this out.
I would like to ask the council and you, Mayor, as you know, over here on Lowry Street, I've built 2 houses. I've got 3 driveways right there close together. One of my renters has 4 young children, and Lowry Street does have very much city right-of-way. I think it's around 3 feet. And it's pretty tight in there where the curve in the driveway comes in. I would love to have 2 speed breakers. And the reason I want 2 is you've got a blind spot coming one way, a blind spot coming the other way. And like yesterday, I was over there, the traffic, they come down, it's backed up over the hill. They use that as a cut through, down through here, back up to the 4-way stop to get about 10 cars ahead. And it's just, to me, it's very dangerous. And I know the speed limit is 25 in there, and I know the police can't run radar in there. But I would appreciate y'all's help, get the wheels to rolling, to get some speed breakers in there.
How many houses are?
There's 3 that's affected.
Would they all, everybody that lives there, would they agree?
When they turn off of North Ridge and hit Lowry, they gas it because you've got that wide open space, and then they go through that curve. Now, when they turn here at Lowry Street, they look back up the hill to make sure nothing's coming. They roll that stop sign across the railroad tracks, through the four-way and then back up to the four-way to, like I say, to get 10 cars ahead of the rest of the crowd. But I would appreciate y'all's help, on getting that, get the wheels turning for that.
Now, we'll actually work on that to see. Generally, we require 100% people on the road living there agreeing
At
to
one
it.
time, we had 100% signatures, and I don't know, it never happened.
Okay. Well, we'll consider it since you're a former
Lowry
council
Street.
member.
I appreciate it.
Yes.
Lowry Street has more than the 3 homes, though. This is a segment.
Yeah.
So we're talking, there's probably in excess of 20 homes in the entirety of Lowry.
Yeah.
By our policy, I think the best thing would be to just ask the chief to have public safety look at it and make an assessment.
All right.
Will do.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, David. At this time, Eric, you want to show all these announcements?
Sure, we've got a few of them this month. November 22nd will be our first Light Up the Night downtown. December 1st, 4th, and 11th will be the public hearings. Mayor and council are welcome to attend, not required, but those will be the first public hearings to share the information on potential sale of the city gym to Cherokee County Parks and Recreation.
Where will that hearings be?
Right here.
Oh, right here at City
Yes,
Hall?
ma'am. December 5th is the March of the Toys for Tots Parade. December 6th will be our holiday market. December 10th, put on your calendars from 5 to 8 p.m. We will honor the man, the myth, the legend, Mayor Roberts, going into his retirement at the Wheeler House.
What?
December 11th will be the public hearing for the appeal for the alcohol license denial on Buddy's Convenience Store. So that public hearing will be at 6 p.m. and then the one on City Gym at 6:30 p.m. January 8th will be our work session instead of January 1st, and we've already notified the media of this. In our first meeting of the new year and swearing in of the Mayor-elect Nelson, council members Rogers and Stansel will take place on January 15th.
Question on the December 1st and 4th, what are those times for the public hearing?
December 1st is going to be at 10 a.m. for our morning meeting, and then the December 4th will be at 6 p.m.
So January 15th will be when the new people come official.
Yes.
So that's over 2 weeks into the month, right? Well, let me warn everybody here. I'll probably show up anyway, because I have never been here not been here for a January meeting in many years. So I'll be here too. All right. Any questions about these announcements from Eric? Okay, at this time, let's move to approve our minutes from October the 9th.
I'll need to abstain, since I was on here.
Okay. Any comments or changes needed? Otherwise, let me have a motion to approve the minutes that have been submitted very early to you.
Motion to approve the October 9th minutes.
Okay, motion second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Scott's not opposed. He's just not voting, right? All right, let's move now to old business. We have 3 items. The first is the second reading of an alcohol license application, Gary Lamb. Eric, as usual, would you like to update everybody here on what we're voting on?
Sure, there's been no changes since the first reading. This is for consumption on premise at 110 Old Dawsonville Road, right there across from City Park behind the stage. There are two conditions on the table attached to the license. One is the requirement to meet a 50% food sale requirement. The second one is the requirement that when alcohol is served, food is served. So if the building is leased for something, for an educational thing or a party that has no alcohol, food sale is not required. But if alcohol is being sold, food sale is required.
Okay, we had the first approval last month. So at this time,
I'll make a motion that we approve second reading.
I'll second it.
okay, motion second. Any comments, any questions? Of course, we did discuss this work session too. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Gary? That's done now. The next old business item is a second reading of an ordinance for private parking. And again, we acted on this in October, but Eric, you want to go over that?
Again, no changes since first reading. This is to just regulate how a private parking lot can operate. And again, a private parking lot is a standalone parking lot for parking only. So a parking lot attached to a restaurant, a hotel, anything like that does not fall under this ordinance. This is simply a parking lot.
Okay. For the second approval, have a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Okay, second. Any comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, that's for private parking. Now we're going to do a second reading of ordinance for public parking. Go over that, please.
Again, no changes since first reading, and this is simply how we regulate our own public parking lots.
Okay, like I said, we have discussed this in work session, and we've already voted on it in October. So at this time, could I have a motion to approve the public parking
Make a
ordinance?
motion to approve public parking.
Okay, second.
Second.
Any comments, questions? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, it's done. So it's now official as our second reading of that ordinance. At this time, we're going to move to new business. And the first item under new business is the first reading of an annexation ordinance for BG Partners LLC. This is property that is up on Highway 505. It's actually 372 now, but it's on the north side. But you want to go over that?
Sure, this is a 4.5 acre tract. It is pretty much across from the subway on State Route Business 5 or State Route 372. It is contiguous to the city, does not create an island. It was reviewed by the Cherokee County Board of Commissioners without opposition for annexation. This is one other thing that I always get the cart before the horse. This is the annexation. The next item up would be the consideration for zoning. It is staff recommendation that if there is no interest in the zoning, to simply deny the annexation rather than annex and deny the zoning. So if everybody is comfortable with the zoning, then by all means approve the annexation. But if there's questions on the zoning, the safest route forward is deny annexation.
Okay, we have discussed this too in our work session.
Yes.
But at this point, is there a motion to approve the first reading of this annexation of this property?
I'll make a motion to approve the first reading of the annexation.
Okay, Scott, is there a second?
Second.
Okay. Any questions or comments or from council? Okay, if not, go ahead and vote on it. All in favor? Any opposed? So that's now approved and will be voted on in December. As any ordinance that we update has to be 2 times. So that will be, and so now since we did approve the first reading of the annexation, we will move now to voting on the rezoning. And the current zoning, we're going to take it to commercial. What's the current level?
It's currently AG.
AG, okay. And it is almost 5 acres, but you want to go over that anymore?
Yes, this is a request to zone from agricultural AG to general commercial, the entirety of the parcel. This comes from the Planning Commission with a unanimous recommendation for approval. There are some stipulations in the proposed ordinance that each of you have been provided with, and I think Palmer made an update to yesterday or today. The applicant is not present tonight. They are represented this evening by legal counsel, Mr. Parks Huff, here in the front row. So if there's any questions specific of him, we do know that there is a meeting scheduled for next week with the adjoining landowner, Mr. Huff, and the applicant. So we do anticipate a change to the specifications next reading that'll probably be a little bit more stringent in a landscape buffer between this commercial property and that private residence. So we do anticipate one change coming forward following that meeting. But for right now, the specification is that a fence would be installed in that area.
And that's the residence to the south? that
Yes, ma'am.
property.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, at this time, is there a motion for the first reading of this rezoning ordinance for this property?
I'll make a motion for the first reading of the rezoning.
Okay, Vicki, second?
Second.
I'll second.
Who said it first?
Chris.
Said at the same time. I say Christine will at the second. Again, any comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, that will be, again, we will be voting on this with probably the changes in December. But it is, at this point, it's moving forward. Our next item under new business is changes to compensation expenses.
Yes,
Wanna cover
this
that?
will be the first of 2 readings. This required a series of public hearings that were conducted last year. The proper legal notices were run, the public hearings were held. This is for a compensation change for the elected body. This cannot take effect until the new officials are sworn in. So the legwork was done over a year ago. Now we just changed the ordinance and it starts in January when the new city council is seated.
I'm sorry I missed that. Double the salary. But again, when you look across our county, we're about the lowest of any city in what we provide particularly for the council members. But that was already been approved. But we need to go ahead and make the change approved now. Is there a motion to do so?
Motion to approve the compensation expenses.
Okay, second?
Second.
Any comments? It's been many, many years since it even changed, so it does make sense. That's my comment. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Very good. So that's not an ordinance, so we won't be doing this again, right?
It is an ordinance,
You don't have it listed as ordinance.
section 2.2-19.
So you'll be voting on it again in December. At this time, next item is we're going to be putting together a contract for our police chief, Chief Jamie. Eric, you want to go over that?
Yes, we distribute a copy of the proposed contract
I've got
to
one.
the elected body. It is in compliance with our charter and sets up the chain of command and the structure as well as the terms of the contract. It is an automatically renewable contract on January 1st of each year unless a prior written notice is provided. This contract does not change the compensation package. That is handled each year in the annual budget appropriation process.
Okay, again, this is something we've actually discussed in our work sessions, but to approve this, the council has to approve a contract for employees. So at this time, is there a motion to approve this
I make the motion
contract?
to approve the chief of police employment contract.
Okay, second?
Second.
Okay, any comments?
Yeah, quick one. Will this just go into effect January 1st? Or is it after we vote on it tonight? Is it in effect?
It's in effect after we vote on it, and he's automatically reappointed January 1st because we didn't tell him 60 days ago we weren't going to.
So, but do we have to renew his contract again in January, 2 months
No,
from
ma'am.
now? Okay, so this will carry
It's
through to the end of next year.
automatically renewable each January
Okay,
1st.
okay.
Well, have we voted? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Nobody's opposed, I'm sure. Good.
Not after
Good.
that ceremony.
Good. Yes. Thank you, Jamie. Now it's time for you to give us an update.
I believe the department has taken enough time tonight. I'm not going to bore anybody with numbers and stats, but the department does thank not only the mayor and city manager, but the entire council for your support. We literally cannot do it without you. We understand that the constituents and the citizens oftentimes call you, lash out many times at what we may or may not be doing, and you are there carrying the sword right along with us. So thank you. It does not go unnoticed. If we are not meeting expectations, please let us know. I feel like, for the most part, we're doing what we need to do. We're always striving to get better, but we cannot do it without your support. Thank you. We have all, again, we're small, but I think that we get everything out we can, every resource, everything that we put out there. I think we make the most of it. But without a strong council backing us, we can't survive. So thank you for everything that you do for us.
Thank you. This time, Palmer, can we get an update on community development?
Yes, sir. I'm going to try and keep it a little short tonight and only included a few of them. The first one for tonight is the 1882 at Old Canton. I want to give you all an update that the project has currently picked up 10 of the 16 building applications, and they're starting the construction on those homes currently and going through their inspection process right now. The next one is the Gilmer Ferry neighborhood. We have not received anything new regarding of this project as of today. My understanding is that they are waiting for the Evelyn Cox annexation that might be coming in December and January, which is the adjoining property to the east of this development. That will probably be more like a phase 2 in conjunction. Speaking of the Evelyn Cox, Gilmer Ferry phase 2, we're working with them now to get all the annexation and rezoning application documents that we need for it. It's proposed 36 single-family homes in that area. We'll have more in December and January covering the rezoning and the annexation of this property. The next one is Sharp Creek Overlook, formerly the McKinley property, which is on the south side of the city. It's 140 single-family homes and is zoned R20. We have recently received the updated plans for this project and are in our initial review phase for their first submission. And then last, we have Roberts East. This is also zoned R20. It's approximately 47 acres off of Roberts Lake Road. They're applied for 76 single-family homes according to their site plan. And we have also received the updated site plan and full set of plans for this and are also in review stages for their first submission. Y'all have any questions on any of these?
Can you go back to the one before, down at, we're gonna have what size of a park?
It'll be a little over 50 acres.
That would be outstanding.
Yes, sir.
50-acre park. That's along Sharp Mountain Creek.
Yes, sir.
How many homes total are these that you're looking at right now?
I have, again, did not add all these up because this isn't all of our developments. These are just ones that have had some kind of activity within the past month, so I haven't added them up. But the two plans that we've received are, that I'm in the full initial review phase for right now, which is the, the 1882 they're already building. That one's 16. Shark Creek Overlook, that's 140 single-family homes, and Roberts East is 76. So it's about 216 homes just in those two developments that we're reviewing currently.
So any question for Palmer, even though we ask questions all the time for him. We appreciate you for everything you do.
Yes, sir.
What you had tonight's right around 350 homes that he was discussing. Building permits year to date, we're at 56 on our calendar year. That's 17 behind last year's pace. Part of that is due to economy cooling. Part of that is also due to the fact that we have a limited number right now of available building lots. As you see, with a lot going under construction, that will probably pick up nicely next year. On our fund balances, we closed October of 25 with $2,609,000 cash on hand. And again, we have ended our non-revenue time of the year. Revenue and expenses for October, we had a total revenue of $792,000 against expenses of $610,000. Year to date, our revenue is at $2.2 million against expenses of $1.7 million. It's really kind of unheard of for where we are coming out of our non-revenue season to actually be in the positive column on revenue. Good position this year. On the administration, the audit is slowing down. They're in the process right now of financial statements. We should hear from Mr. Bentz, should be here in January for a presentation. Open enrollment is complete on insurance. We begin initiation today of our conversion to the .gov platform. You previously allocated funds for this. It was not a budgeted expense, but something we are mandated to do by the federal government is to make this conversion to .gov instead of .com. We'll be changing everyone's email addresses and changing how our emails are stored. Staff is prepping for alcohol and occupation tax renewals, and we've had 2 staff members attend the GAPTO training in preparation for that this year. We touched on earlier the appeal on the decision for the alcohol denial for Buddy's Convenience Store. So that will be next month, and they are represented with legal counsel. Capital projects, again, just showing what we currently have underway right now is about $11.3 million in capital projects underway. Pretty impressive when our total combined budgets are about half that amount of money. Would like to thank the community tonight, Ball Ground community especially, overwhelmingly passed the T-Splost. That is going to be extremely beneficial to transportation here in North Cherokee County, the largest part of which will allocate $10 million to the bypass to help move the trucks out of downtown. So that was huge for our city. On the roundabout, we did have our first accident in the roundabout. It was operator error, but hopefully folks get used to it. But again, with roundabouts, the seriousness of the accidents are much less, with much less damage. But hopefully we don't have any more. This week, you've seen they've been working on the curbing and the corner tie-ins. Next week, they will do the big inside apron. So the area towards the inner part of the roundabout right now that is asphalt will actually get a concrete topping towards the inside center. That is the mountable curb for the tractor trailers. And then the following week, they will finish up with islands and sidewalks. We are waiting right now on electrical components that have not yet arrived, the transformers and whatnot we need for the lighting that will be installed there at the intersection. But we are shooting for a January 31st total completion date, which is 7 months ahead of contract schedule.
Great.
We have been approved for the tag on. We don't have the dollar amount yet, but the area in red, we will tag on to the Cherokee County tonnage price to be able to pave that segment right there of Howell Bridge Road. So that will all be new asphalt from Valley Street all the way through the roundabout. And then the first week of December, they will be paving Valley Street from the pharmacy north to the school entrance. On the 372 spur, again, the congressionally directed spending that we had picked up of $1 million has been killed. However, T-Splost gets us 10, so we're still to the good. Civic realignment project. I should have learned by now after 25 years that we should never dig holes in ball ground. We have the most rotten dirt in North Cherokee County. You can see from the pictures here what should have been putting down about 6 inches of base. We ended up having to excavate in some places almost 6 feet and bring in good dirt and compact back, because evidently at some point in history this was an old borrow pit. So when you dig to put in a road, you find tree stumps and all kinds of fun things. But that project is now complete with the exception of striping, and we will tag on when we do the striping for the Valley Street project. We will have them come over and stripe this. Jordan Road rail crossing, although not our project, is complete and open, so I think a lot of our residents are enjoying that. We do have a project taking place on Kilby Street right now. This is a stormwater project trying to alleviate the runoff from Nick Street that makes its way through these homes on Kilby Street, so that project is now underway. On water, again, I'm probably the only one that gets excited about this, but our UCMR 5, which is an unregulated contaminant monitoring. So for the folks not familiar, this is one of the programs that we volunteer for, but as EPA and EPD look for chemicals that they're not even aware of yet in the water, trying to find what else in water could be there, could be of concern, and then try to determine regulations to control that if there are problems. And our water has come back again just absolutely perfect. This isn't anything we do. The testing is difficult, but we're just fortunate where we sit in the aquifer that none of these things are showing up in our water. We can't stop them from getting there. It's how soon we detect it and how soon we get it under control. But for right now, it's perfect. On the Mountain Brook connection, we've been talking about this for months. We are a little bit ahead of schedule. The line between Mountain Brook and Jordan Road is now pressurized. The line on Jordan Road is pressurized. We should be pulling off Jordan Road bacteria samples next week. Once they are clean, we will flush in the new subdivision on that connection, pull bacteria samples there, and it's very possible we could put Mountain Brook on the new water source by mid to late December instead of mid-January. The next one, maybe I shouldn't do this, but if you have a weak stomach, don't watch the next slide. One of the things our guys have to deal with a lot is sewer clogs, and so as we get ready to go into budget season and we ask for things, and just want folks to understand why we're asking for the amount of money that we are. This was a relatively small sewer clog. It's a short video. We did take out sound because sometimes our guys get a little bit descriptive about what's happening. But what you see coming out here is grease. This little blockage and what the guys were doing here cost our system the other night $11,000. So we wonder why water rates go up, sewer rates go up, and those kinds of things. It's because when you're dealing with this and people pour grease down the drain, this is what happens inside our system. One of the things you'll see in the budget next year that we will be asking for is our own jetter. This will be about $50,000. It will allow our crew, instead of renting a crew to come in, to respond to them quicker. We're fortunate we didn't have a spill, but if you can't get a jetter for 5 or 6 hours, we can end up with a spill, then we end up with a fine from EPD. So instead of just waiting on the rental to get here, we get in trouble both ways. So this is something we'll be asking for next year, and so that we can play in sewer manholes. On parks and downtown, October was really a blockbuster month in ball ground. I really don't understand why, but rocks are still a thing. They were lined up on the sidewalk all day, and folks came and bought rocks, but it's great because when they come and do that, they shop other things and do other things as well. Sidewalks were busy. Roots and Remembrance was a hit. We had the chili cook-off, which also was a big hit. Spooktacular, folks there. So all the little events, they're fun to come out to. But at the end of the day, the social media presence, the increase in that, all of these events, the things that was most excited for the downtown team this month, when businesses started telling us the last week of April that they had already surpassed their 2024 sales. So they then have 2 months and a week to add to those sales. And so when that's starting to happen with our downtown businesses, it gives us long-term viability and the interest in more businesses wanting to be downtown. So kudos to the downtown team, and we had a lot of fun in October. And other than that, we're just living the wildlife. Roberts Lake Park, this is our big bear for this month.
Mr. Bear.
He got on the cam down there and he's shaking the trees around, and but he doesn't bother anybody. It's all good. So
I'll tell you, I feed them at my cabin.
B,
I said that up at my house in the mountains, we have bear and sometimes mother bear and babies, and I throw food out for them because they don't do anything. They appreciate it. I don't know if you want to feed this big one or not, but
somebody's been feeding them.
but anyway, that's okay. Eric, thank you.
absolutely.
Eric does so much for us, and this is his 25th year.
25th.
And when we hired him, he'd been in the Army for 20 years, and he acted like, well, I'm gonna be an Army. That's my history. now Ball Ground is, and he's outstanding. And the reports he gives us here every time we have a meeting is great. So thank you.
We have a good team here.
At this time, I want to mention, we talked about it today to the council, our retreat, putting together a retreat maybe the Saturday after our Christmas parade. Will that work now for everybody? Are we having a Christmas?
Have a Christmas market that day.
So maybe that's part of what we'll do.
Go shop the market.
Go shop the market. And again, the retreat we put together, plans and work on things that we need to make better or actually good ideas. And historically we did this one time a year, but now with this current council we do it twice a year. So it's been, I think, very helpful. But we'll plan to do that on the and another thing I want to comment on. You mentioned the roundabout. Is everybody here happy with the roundabout? I'm shocked how, it's not, it doesn't look great yet, but there's no traffic backup. I'm amazed. And so that's going to be a real benefit for us instead of a traffic light. So I want to make that comment. Annette, anything you want to bring up?
Thank you all for being here, and as we approach this time of Thanksgiving, don't forget our neighbors. If you have extras, you can donate to Dominic's Mission, and there's a ball ground care closet at the school where we provide food for the weekend for families that don't have enough, and we're always running out of breakfast and snacks first.
Okay, thank you.
I just want to wish
Christine?
everybody a happy Thanksgiving, a safe Thanksgiving. Congratulations again to the chief and his guys, and maybe on this next round of hiring, we'll add a female in there.
I'd love one. A quality female looking for a job as a police officer, please send her my way.
Soon to be mayor, Dennis.
Thank you. Congratulations to the police department. I know how tough that job is. I've done it myself. It's a lot of work. And it's starting to look like Christmas downtown. All that's happening because city employees were out there working. And we kind of take it for granted. They do such a wonderful job for us that we live a smooth life here. Thank you.
It is nice we've already decorated Christmas decorations.
Oh, they got more coming too.
I always commented that Canton did it like in September, but I'm glad we're doing it earlier than we have in the past. Vicki?
Yes, Jamie, if I remember right, did you not tell me just the other day that Bob Brown was the final Cherokee County law enforcement agency to be certified?
That's correct.
So we are the icing on the cake.
We are.
And speaking of cake, I hope everyone will stay, because we have cake out there.
Please.
Scott?
Also, congratulations. Our police department, pretty proud. I also want to let everybody know that the Toys for Tots season has started.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of the key businesses in the town, the city, have boxes, including City Hall, Post Office. Last year, we dipped a little bit in the toy collection. That's the whole purpose we do our parade, is to bring in toys for the Marines, and they'll be here the night of the parade to pick up, but we want to start early. So if you're out visiting a business, Burger Bus, the pharmacy, many of them have the boxes out, and these drop a toy, they'll love it. Thank you.
We have it here at City Hall.
We do.
So,
It's out in the foyer.
well, let's
Barrel House Coffee.
advertise it, asking people to do it. So if everybody would participate, that'd be great. Okay,
Is it listed on the app where all the drop places are?
No, it's not, but we can
But
get
might be-
information in there.
Yeah,
Yep.
to put that information in there, all the places that they could make a drop at.
Okay, at this time, would anyone like to address me and the council? This is, usually we get some comments or some questions, but nobody wants to address us? Well, that means we can get ready to adjourn and go outside and eat. Motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us, and